On today's episode of Nature in Your Face, we will be looking for the largest and smallest rattlesnake species in the world. Dave travels to South Florida in search of the eastern diamondback rattlesnake, while Jeremy heads to Central Florida in an attempt to locate the dusky pygmy rattlesnake.
Nature in your face!
Hey, what's up, nature freaks? Dave here from Nature in Your Face. I'm in rattlesnake country right now, and today we're going to feature the largest rattlesnake in the world, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake, and the smallest rattlesnake in the world, the pygmy rattlesnake. Alright, I am in the perfect area to find these rattlesnakes. What I like to do is cruise these back roads. It's really early in the morning right now, but in the next 20 minutes or so the sun is going to get really strong, and hopefully these snakes are going to come up and bask on the road here. Now, these rattlesnake species love water. You also have this thick brush. There's a lot of palmetto leaves, which is the eastern diamondback. Not only do they shelter underneath those leaves, but there's also a lot of prey. So, wish me luck, because I'm about to go find some rattlesnakes. Alright guys, we got a snake up here, and it looks like my eastern diamondback, right in the middle of the road. Yep, we've got him, and we gotta move fast. He's gonna get out. Alright. Go. Alright, yes! That is a biggie. Look at that. There you go, guys. Oh, he sees me. He's already getting in defense mode. There he is. The eastern diamondback rattlesnake. He's crossing a little bit earlier than I thought. This one's about 4 feet. You can see him coiling up. Now notice how he follows me. He's got those heat sensing pits. I'm only about 4 feet away from him, and I'm not going to get any closer because they can strike about 1/3 of their body length. Now notice that huge rattle. I've never seen one with that many buttons on the rattle. That's got to be 15, 16 buttons right there. Beautiful snake. Obviously, to get that name is that diamond pattern. I'm going to get my snake hook, and I'm going to get him back on the road because he's heading towards that brush and he's going to get away from me. So, I'll put him on the road a little bit. Now it's time to find the pygmy.
Now that Dave found the eastern diamondback, the pressure was on for me to find a pygmy rattlesnake.
Alright, so now we're in the territory of the pygmy rattlesnake, the smallest species of rattlesnake in the world. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack here. They sit in the palm fronds. They just sit right here. As you walk by, they could be sitting right here. They could be sitting down in the palm. So carrying on our smallest rattlesnake versus our biggest rattlesnake. Now we've already seen the biggest, and now we're in search of the smallest, and we're going to do a comparison when we find the two. Alright, so check this out. In these palmettos is a tiny rattlesnake. The smallest rattlesnake species in the world, the pygmy rattlesnake. I'm going to zoom in here. See if you can find it before I get there. Right there, in the base of that palm, is the tiny rattlesnake. Not moving, not posing a threat to anybody, except for the occasional anole that might want to come by and get tagged and eaten. Look how tiny it is. Zoom back out. The camouflage is incredible on this snake. Now it is a rattlesnake, but they rarely rattle. If it was stretched out, it might flick its tail. It's not even tongue flicking. It's still trying to act like I don't see it, hoping I don't see it. There's the smallest rattlesnake in the world. Beautiful species.
After hiking through the thick palmettos, I eventually found an adult pygmy rattlesnake, and we could now do a detailed comparison of the two species.
We now have the snakes, side by side, the David and Goliath of rattlers, representing both genera of rattlesnakes. The most obvious difference is size. The eastern diamondback dwarfs the pygmy rattlesnake in both length and weight. An adult will average 5.5 feet and can weigh over 5 pounds. Records of rare giants attaining lengths of over 7 feet and weighing 20 pounds are also well known.
The pygmy rattlesnake is small, rarely exceeding 20 inches head to tail. It is, however, fairly thick for its size, but only weighs a little more than 5 ounces. Typical of all vipers, the head on both of these species is triangular and wider than the neck. A series of diamond-shaped markings gives the diamondback its name and lacks the reddish-orange coloration that can often be seen in the pygmy rattlesnake.
The loose segments of keratin that make up the rattle can have more than 15 buttons, and in the case of the eastern diamondback rattlesnake can be heard from more than 20 yards away. The pygmy rattlesnake has a rattle that's barely audible and can only be detected from close range. It is said to sound more like the vibration of an insect's wings than the typical rattlesnake sound.
A bite from an eastern diamondback rattlesnake poses a serious threat to one's life. The fangs are long, and potent hemotoxic venom is injected deep into their prey, which includes animals as large as rabbits. Venom yield is high, and the properties contained within destroys red blood cells and causes severe hemorrhaging. The pygmy rattlesnake has a much weaker venom and lower venom yield, making a bite from the snake far less dangerous. Their fangs are small, and their venom is used to subdue smaller prey such as lizards.
Rattlesnakes always go out of their way to avoid human interaction, but they will act defensively if harassed or accidentally stepped on. They command respect and should never be handled. One should also never go out of their way to harm or kill them, as they do play a vital role in the environment.
Thanks for watching this episode of Nature in Your Face. I hope it helped you realize that size does matter. Make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below.